Hey y'all. Hi. Oh, this is a new phone, so I can't even tell like how much time we have. Oh, it's at the bottom, like
I didn't see
always.
it.
I can't see it. It's very small.
It's small.
Okay. So, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. I think it was the 14th.
You don't have your ticket in it?
No, that's what I was saying. It's not in here. Anyway. About 2 weeks ago, we went to Lincoln Center's Clear Toe Theater. I think, right? So it's called
Clear toe.
That's what I said. Toe. Clear Toe Theater.
Rhymes with low.
And saw In the Green, a new musical. That's what we did. It's been very busy these last few days, and so we're just not getting to this review. But we decided to see this new musical because of
Link ticks.
well, because Linux, yes, and also because we knew a little bit about the, I guess, protag of the musical which is Hildegard Bingen.
Von Buren.
No, she's called Hildegard of Bingen. Did you know that? Yeah, that's what she's called. It doesn't say it in here, but in real life, she's called Hildegard of Bingen, or something like that. Let me tell you who. I was looking for something like a story. You know how they have those things in here, but it's not in here. Maybe it's because it was in previews when we saw it. Like maybe it's changed a little bit. But
or at least something that says who the hell Hildegard is.
Yeah, something like that. So we took a music class one semester, and basically we learned about different types of, not different types, like the what do you call them, the hymns, what are they? There's a lot of Latin songs with like the monks and like the chantings and things like that. I did very good in the class, if you're wondering.
Gregorian.
Yeah, like the Gregorian chants or whatever. And we learned a bit about Hildegard because one of the songs we studied was the Kyrie eleison, basically. So we were like, oh, okay, cool. A musical about her. That should be interesting. And so we didn't really know anything about it, but we were very surprised that the music is not more Gregorian chanty, I would say. The music is very like tunes yardy. Tune yards?
The tune yards, yeah.
It's very, a lot of, what is that instrument called? Not an instrument, was it? When you...
The looper?
Yeah, like when you... We probably should have researched this before we started talking, but... You know, like when you can like, you'll like sing something, and then you'll like step on
the loop pad.
Is it? That's what it's called? It's really called that?
It's a loop pad, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, in the show, it wasn't so much as a pad, so much as it was like something in her hand, but I guess it worked the same way. It was really cool. I actually really enjoyed the music. But I don't know, you want to do your synopsis?
Oh boy. I don't remember. Okay, so
You don't remember?
basically it's about Hildegard who gets sent to the church as an 8-year-old child by her family because that's what people did back in the day when things got rough. They sent some of their children to the church, and it was considered an honor and a help from the church to do that for the
Yes, that's what
community.
We learned about her, but it was different in the show. Why she was sent?
Well,
Because she was traumatized.
Yeah, she was sick, but the mother also said she couldn't take care of her anymore.
Yeah.
There was like a million of them.
We were in our music class. Our teacher had said that she was sent to the church because that's what you did. She was like,
It was like
a
offering.
certain number,
It was like offering or something.
like however many children, like I was like your 10th child or something you give to the church.
I mean, it
I didn't know.
either or.
I know, but that's why I was surprised that like she was being sent
I think maybe for the story purposes.
to the sub. I know. I'm just what I'm saying. But you had gave the like the original reason that we learned why she went where she was.
Well, the mother did say that she couldn't take care of her anymore, so it was kind of like whatever. Okay.
But the real reason was because she was traumatized. In the story.
I know. Okay.
For the sake of the musical, she was sent there because she was traumatized.
She was sick.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know
she was
about Hildegard, she is known to have visions, which I took as her having seizures of some sort, so, you know, a mental illness, you know. But she was sent there as a child, and she's sent to live in, like, you would think it would be like an abbey or something, but it's really just like...
It's like a cell.
A tomb, basically, for her. And
I think they called it the cell.
Yeah, it was a cell, but I call it a tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Just how it felt, kind of. With this older woman named Yuta, who is religious, but is a religious person, and she's living...
She also sent herself there because of something traumatic.
Yeah. But basically, once they're inside the cell, Hildegard's not a whole person anymore. She's broken into like these pieces, which Hildegard is played by these three women for her eye, her hand, and her mouth. Yes, and each part has something they need to overcome to live this religious life, like Yuta has,
and get over whatever.
And what is basically is isolation and solitary.
It's like Fiona had nothing on Hildegard.
Yeah, I had nothing in this tower.
Hildegard had it worse.
Yeah, like she's
so mad at worse.
So if you can imagine, so she's in this cell with basically this woman who needs her own therapist, and she's helping this young child. I'm like, okay, so with that's what happens, and then eventually, Yuta dies, and Hildegard is an old woman now, and another child is brought to live with her to learn from her teachings, basically, because she's like considered this holy being now, which really I just felt as she just literally just was cut off from society. So she went back. She went back, you know,
as the English would say, metal.
She went metal. But so Hildegard was like, no, nothing.
Oh, what is something?
Hildegard was like, no, I'm gonna leave the cell and go around Europe and talk to people about what I've been thinking about for like decades.
Yeah.
And so that's what
the whole
happens.
cast is double cast. It's a very small cast of 4 women?
5. The 3 Hildegard,
5. Yeah, you're right. 5.
And the Yuta. I don't want to give that. Is that giving it away?
She's called. Let me see what she's actually called. She's called the Shadow.
Yuta has a shadow, which is very interesting. So that's what it's about. I probably didn't make this easy at all for you to understand, but it's about Hildegard Byrne, who goes into a cell as a child and leaves an old woman with a lot of enlightenment.
We also saw it in previews, so I thought the ending was weird.
Yeah.
It kind of like took a shift. Like the ending ended up with like Hildegard talking to this like woman who's part of this like movement, which maybe if you're a history buff, you know who these people are. They try their best to explain it, and I probably would be able to explain it if we had did this review sooner, but I'm starting to forget some things. They ended up having this like, it was very like kind of like if she was on like Oprah, on like a talk show. They're like sitting talking to each other or something like that, and then the girl who plays the Shadow and also is double cast, it's like the woman that Hildegard's talking to, who traveled all this way to meet her and blah blah blah, looks out like into the audience and says something like, it was very like playish. Says something very like, wasn't subtle at all. Like here's the message. Yeah. Like, and that's it. And then it ended, and we were kind of like, no. Okay. No. And then this, these people behind us, this guy goes, you have like, to the woman he was with, you have an hour to explain this to me. Yeah. Like, he had to catch a train. You have an hour to explain this to me.
Should we talk about the set?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Okay, so the set, I thought the set was actually pretty good. I've never been to this theater before. It's very small theater.
It's like a black box,
but
almost, right?
Kind of, but it has better seats. Like
the leg room. When we came in, we immediately went, "This is not the Broadhurst."
Yeah. So, or where we just at today? Studio 54 has no legroom. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so the set was very interesting. It consisted of like it was a turntable.
It was a turntable. We love a turntable.
It turned from the front of the cell to
in the inside of
the cell, and the cell was covered in.
I think it started having some technical difficulties.
Was that sand?
It was like dirt.
It was like dirt.
It was like.
Well, their feet weren't black. So
no, it looked like mulch a little bit.
Maybe it was mulch.
Yeah, it was like mulch.
And that was the cell floor, and
then it had like a hidden compartment, and I was like, "Oh, surprises!"
Yeah,
because it's kind of like, where do you go? It's like it literally the musical takes place inside the cell.
Yeah, and
it's very interesting.
There was one part where what came on? Something came on the left stage right. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. It was a
now I'm forgetting. That's bad.
Was it like some sort of door?
Yeah, anyway, it was a cool set for such a small theater.
I think it had technical difficulties a bit because at first it moved by itself, and then like at one point you could hear like a noise, and then you saw like the stagehand like physically like turning it a bit. It needed some assistance.
Yeah,
but it didn't take away from anything. I don't think so. They used this puppet. That is absolutely like the cutest thing that I've seen.
Oh yeah, the puppet who plays Hildegard as a young child. They don't talk as Hildegard
when they're small.
Yeah, when they're small. When she's small, they just kind of move her body.
It was so. I thought it was the cutest thing. It was so cute. I was like, oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. And then they also used the puppet again to play like the other child.
I thought the show was interesting in the sense that
I really enjoyed the music.
Yeah, that at times you would think during the time of the period that it would be a more serious show, but they lightened it up.
They did have some
a lot, and I was like, interesting. Yeah. But I can see that kind of confusing people. Like, does it want to be a comedy?
Yeah. And also, there was not a lot of dialogue.
There was a lot of it. No, most of the stuff was sung. It was
sung.
It was sung, Drew. It was very. It was very.
Not like Les Mis.
Not Les Mis.
Not
it
like
was
that,
more Miss Saigon. In terms of sung, Drew, not like Les Mis.
I don't know if that's a good example because they're both done by the
same people.
We gotta think of something else.
Something else that's sung.
Now Music Manny?
Yeah, no.
A little more.
Music Man had dialogue though.
So I know, that's a little more.
It was like, and like the three girls that played the parts of Hildegard, their songs were together.
Yeah, they sang them
so
together.
They sung a lot of. I was like, oh, if the Bellas did this, like Pitch Perfect would be all over. This is like Pitch Perfect for theater fans. Ooh, but like theater, not like, yeah. Because it had like the musical styles are like very like it wasn't anything.
Spring Awakening.
It was kind of Spring Awakening, but like more like a cappella. Even though there was music.
Yeah, there was a band. It had a
nice band.
It had a
nice size little band, but also Yuta had most of the acapella. I would say, because she did a lot of her own. Yeah, she gets to loop herself.
Is that what it's called? The synthesizer.
She was looping herself. So
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. So Yuta does a lot because the three parts of Hildegards can sing their songs together because there's three voices to overlap. But Yuta doesn't get that, so she gets to loop herself.
YouTube was nuts.
And then
I love
sing over it. She's like,
I especially like the song where like Hildegard, she's like coming of age, like they're trying to show like passage of time, and like she like gets her like first like has her first like cycle whatever, and she's like feeling ill, and she thinks she's dying. She has no idea what's going on, and she's like, I'm dying, and you just like, you're not dying.
Just
basically
praying.
And it tells her basically you can just stop eating and I'll stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, she's nuts.
Yeah, like definitely
nuts.
the progression of like story was done through song. Like to get what was going on, they sung it. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna talk about it for a little bit.
Really like those hooks too.
Yeah, where like she finally like did what she hung it up. But, we thought it would be more about her music because you know Hildegard was in it, and we were like, oh wow, she's a musical child. What great child this is.
They make like one reference to it when she's let out of the cell, and the guy that like initially locks her up in there, who's apparently not 100 years old by then, is like, oh, was that you? Like where did you where did you learn that? She's like, oh, Yuta taught it to her, and I was like, we need more about the music. But I guess it's not what it was about.
She did it herself, like her music herself, and
that's what I thought it was gonna be more about, like her life in the Abbey.
But it was more so like the struggle to like live, you know, as a whole person at like this time through like trauma and things like that.
Yeah.
So
but overall, I really did enjoy it. Yeah. Like you can't do better than like shoulder room and leg room.
Yeah. Though I wouldn't say people who like more traditional musicals probably wouldn't care for this at all. But I do think, however, that if you do like the 2 Yards music and you do like Pitch Perfect and you like to hear people looping themselves and singing over their voices, I think it'd be cool. If you like a lot of 3-part harmony singing, that was great.
And Spring Awakening.
Yeah, Spring Awakening. And if you like, it's very different. I really enjoyed the music more than I thought I would. I was like, okay, all right.
You saw a snippet of a song before we went.
Yeah.
I did not. What song was that?
The Eve song. Is it anything? Do they have the songs listed?
Well, they do not.
Oh, well.
Because previews.
Yeah. It's a song, you can find it on Twitter, for LCT3 on Twitter. It's called something about Eve.
The Claire Theater is really cute.
Yeah. So
it was very hard for us to find it though. I don't know. Did we go the wrong way or something? I don't know.
It's in the same like building as My Fair Lady or what will.
But it's like
happen.
upstairs.
But it's like upstairs, and then we kind of
maybe it's just us. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
We had great seats too, did we not?
Yeah, we were like second row. Yeah,
I think it goes like 10 rows back, maybe.
Yeah, it's a very small. It's not very. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't give shout outs to the girl who played Yuta Shadow, really. She did a really good job.
We didn't? We talked about her.
Oh, we did? Oh, yeah, we did. We did. You're right.
Yeah, she's still in school.
Yeah, she's still in school. I think they all have really nice voices. I like that they didn't make them all look the same.
Yeah, that was nice. That the girls have very like distinctive looks about each other.
Even though they were
supposed to be the same person.
The Hildegards wore the same thing, but it's nice to see that they didn't have to look, the same. It's not like 2005 Billy Elliot in the West End when they cut all the boys' hair the same. Like why can't they all just look like themselves? But I like that, and so if you want to see something different, if you want to see something not cheap seems that's bad. If you want to see something not of high price, get your link tips.
I don't know if that sounded any better.
Oh man,
it's fine. If you'd like to see some good theater and don't want to spend hundreds of dollars,
yes,
I think this could be a good show. Definitely something to check out. Well, at least I don't know what other people spend who can't do Link 6. I don't know. Does Link 6 have an age limit?
I don't know. But I think I read somewhere that LCT 3 stuff is all on it's the pricing is not, because I think it is for like the new directors and new playwrights and stuff to get their stuff out there. So it's kind of like they're testing, like
I can see
like
that.
a workshop theater kind of, but it didn't feel like it didn't. It felt like with some work through the previews to kind of like that fix that ending. I think it could be pretty interesting to see, So this is what it looks like in the binder. In the binder, in the binder.
In the body, in the body. We were singing those songs for a minute. Though.
We were.
I wouldn't mind a little cast recording or something.
Tickets. Yeah, that'd be cool if they had like a little digital album or something. So,
yep,
it's very interesting.
All right. See ya.
Thanks for watching.